All right, welcome to the after party stream. We're done recording the podcast. We're done posting the podcast. Scheduling.
I'm done. I'm done.
This is the hardest after party stream we're gonna ever get through. I think
This is the hardest
I've ever
I've
been.
We have one brain. And it has one brain.
We share a
So
brain.
this is
the
semi-professional artists podcast. I don't know if you've heard of it. Pretty niche.
It's blowing up. It's going. Big things
it's-
coming. Oh, my hair is
it's next
thin,
up.
dude. I'm balding.
Yeah, it's looking tight though. It's looking tight. It's
What
looking
you
right.
may not understand is that
God,
semi-pro
this
is
hard
not.
to talk about. This is hard to think about.
Semi-pro
Semi-pro,
Semi-pro is not the original podcast that we
No.
started. We started a podcast. This was posted 6 years ago. I think it was probably closer to 7 years
Ooh.
ago.
Help my
We
fuck,
had the
yeah,
bright
that's-
idea to start a podcast, but we were just kids.
What was and you may ask, what was this? Because our current podcast, it has a very
watch movies.
central theme. Yeah, it evolved to that over time. It kind of started you and Josh just
Semi-pro, which was the change, like the rebrand.
waffling. Right. That started just you and Josh kind of just.
It was me and
waffling,
Josh, and it was a
then
rebrand of
various-
this.
Yes, then it started leaning into movies, then it was full movies, then I came on, then Josh
Now
left
it's
for
just
VHS,
us.
then and it's full movies, that's our thing. It's movies, we talk about them, we do commentary tracks on our Patreon, check it out. But this, you may ask, what was it about?
Nothing.
No,
We're gonna
what
watch
was
one
it about?
today. If we get a good response from
It
this,
was
we might
about
watch some more in the future.
Semi-professional artists podcast Justice League predictions.
Let's real quick. Let's just open up the channel.
Yeah, go ahead and show what
There
the
are
videos
there
were.
are there are 5 videos available.
Yes.
2 of them
Three?
are speed arts that
Yeah.
I
Of
uploaded.
yours, yeah.
And
Three of them
then
are the
3 of them are
podcasts we have.
podcast episodes.
So Justice League predictions, Star Wars episode 9. Yo, we talked about that. And
Yeah.
Justice League release, whatever.
We said
Joker
something about
movie,
Stan
Kenobi
Lee.
movie,
I'm assuming
Titans
because I
show,
put it in
and
the
more.
thumbnail.
Sure, because he died. Rest in peace. Yo, he still be posting on Instagram though. Ain't that some shit?
That's crazy. So we're gonna watch
so-
today. We're gonna watch the
It's-
Justice League predictions, and we're gonna
Yes,
watch it at
most recent, it's gonna
1.5
be
times
hard.
speed. We
gonna
might
be
speed it
rough.
up if because it's gonna be
Maybe.
rough.
It's gonna be hard to watch for us, for you, for everyone involved. No one's watching this, but if you are, I'm sorry.
Just
that you're
know
watching
this is
this.
not if this is
This
your
doesn't
first exposure.
represent-
This isn't
This
our
doesn't
podcast.
represent us. This is not our podcast. It
The
once
intro goes
was.
crazy though. Zarn. That's that classic
yeah, shout out
Zarn.
Zarn.
This
Yeah,
is
but this
before we
doesn't
knew what we
this
were
doesn't
doing from a
represent
production
us.
standpoint either. Oh, I forgot
Oh,
about
the
the
Bitmojis. Christ, help my fuck.
And- I forgot. We asked one of our people to make it in the one style, and he said he didn't like it.
yeah, no, he went with. Oh God, this is. Oh, that happened.
Everyone. Oh, Kane is in this
he
one.
was here. Look at that. Good old Kane. Whoa.
Oh, it's so insufferable, dude.
This guy, it's bad. Oh,
The audio
everything's on
quality
this
too.
one,
Like
too. It's all so bad.
this is Skype, I think.
Surely, yeah. Surely everyone on our phones except for you.
Right. Maybe Kane had a
Maybe
headset.
Kane, yeah, I think because he was doing YouTube, he probably had some sort of shitty setup. Oh God,
This is hard to sit there,
so
dude.
bad.
I need to make sure that they can hear the podcast.
Oh, you don't? No, that's fine.
Right.
Oh God, why do I talk?
That being said, it's such a fantastic rumor. It's one of those things that I never thought of, but it's actually amazing.
I never
and I wanted
thought
to happen
of,
really
but
bad.
it's
But what I
actually
am glad is that we
actually
kind of have
amazing.
confirmation that Gambit is still happening.
I think for
because we were
me, the
all
worst
very
part
unsure.
of this
Nobody
is hearing
knew
me.
if Gambit was actually happening or not, and now we know, and
now
I'm really
same.
excited.
Not hearing myself, but hearing you.
Right.
I really like that casting.
I just really like
Oh
Gambit.
God, no, I
and
lied.
I do
I
think Tatum is the
oh,
perfect
my
example.
voice.
dude, it's bad
Well,
on
have you
whole
seen
other
Magic Mike
levels. Like
eight
it's
times.
Of course I have.
That's what you like.
I was
What
What would you say is
15,
Tatum's
okay.
best movie, where he shows
Yeah,
kind of real
no,
rage,
I-
like more of his seriousness?
so. How old are you
I'll see
now?
you.
Dumpster.
Get badass in that.
22.
Okay, so I was 17.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if you guys stop talking, I just keep
Are you
audio.
serious?
I'm going Hateful Eight. That's where I'm headed.
Hateful Eight.
Yeah, that's a good movie actually. Yeah.
Hateful Eight's a
I forgot he
fantastic
was in
movie.
there.
Yeah, he was the bad guy, and it really showed, especially for this Gambit movie. And he's never done the Cajun accent, so this is probably a
He's been
step.
working on it like basically all this time. He was researching it back when
Oh,
the
yeah.
big Fox panel happened. He had the haircut
This-
then.
dude,
and
I don't
after
know
that,
if I
he
can
was
do
researching it, like, he was
this,
staying
Daniel.
low.
No, this is hard.
happen.
That's
Well,
what
the movie
I'm saying,
basically
dude.
died
It's
for a while,
tough.
and it looks like now that it may be reviving. But he does a Southern accent so well that I'm not worried about his Cajun accent at all, because he does a fantastic
Not at all,
Southern
no.
accent.
I mean, he
I'm feeling,
These
I'm feeling,
things
like
are
lightheaded. This is
not-
Yeah, no,
Crazy.
dude, this
You know,
is
remember-
Yeah, I
wild.
watched that video online, and it sounded pretty solid.
it did, yeah, and that was before he was even like done with it.
I had no idea. I had not
I'd
seen
say he's
whatever
probably still
you were
working on it
talking
now.
about.
I just want this movie to get
Yeah.
because it was supposed to come out in 2017.
I think
right?
that's
Like
that's
summer
the
2017.
theme of this, the first run of the podcast, where
Well,
just
you know what,
we
other
all
movies
just
will come out in
kind of
2017.
lied
Oh,
about
might not come out, but
Yeah,
everything.
about
I'm
whatever.
talking about Justice League,
Yeah.
bud.
To
Oh,
seem
well,
like
yeah,
we
that's
knew
gonna be fun.
more. 'cause-
right.
for
We
Galactus.
wanted to be
Anyone?
Mr. Sunday movies so
yeah.
bad.
Right.
What about Jonah Hill for Batman?
Yeah, which we still
Jonah Hill for the
do,
Penguin?
to be fair.
Hell
That
yeah.
could probably work, to be honest.
If we're being completely honest, with Jesse
Yeah,
Eisenberg as
basically-
Lex, it's not a huge like step back from that. All right, let's
Like it's literally us trying to do it. It is the Mr. Sunday movies thing where it's like a waffling
More,
podcast.
Black suit merchandise
Right,
that's
but
been
we're
teased, so
not-
I hope we get it. I really do.
I hope we get it.
I do too. I hope we get the black suit, but I've also got a bet going that we won't. So let's kind of hope.
I mean, I love to see a Jew lose money, so that just makes me want the last even more.
That was good. That was a good little bit,
Yeah.
Daniel. That's kind of a little
Right.
precursor
That
as
is
to
pretty
what
good.
would
That's
happen.
Just leave that.
No,
Could
honestly,
you
I would
imagine
do it,
if we had
but also,
continued
I
this
think if we
version
do
of the
get it, it's gonna be
podcast into
Josh's
now?
decision
What
and
kind of
not
numbers we would be
Snyder's.
doing?
And that's also
That's what I
part of
think,
the
too.
that's part of the bet. If it's a
None.
scene that clearly looks like it was Josh Whedon's decision, then I don't have to pay the money. So
I
we should
lost
go
that bet.
what?
Yeah,
Still
I
bet on the
bet you
I got a
did.
bet on if Cavill's going to wear the black suit in Justice League, but it has to
How much have you
be
got on it?
$50.
Jesus.
You don't shit.
I made the bet right after Cavill tweeted that clearly, or not tweeted, he Instagrammed that clearly black and white picture of the regular Superman
Oh,
suit.
do you remember
I was
that?
like,
Do you remember the
Yeah,
the
I do.
lead up?
His
Do you
regular
remember
suit in
the?
black
We
and
should
white.
do
This
Jack
is 100% not
Jack
happening.
Snyder's
And
Zack
and-
Snyder's
and-
Justice
100%
League
not
at some
happening.
point. We should do a
And so
Snyderverse
I made the bet.
Uh,
And now it
yeah,
looks like it
yeah, I
is gonna happen,
guess.
but
It'd be a
it's
fun
Isaac
one.
Bale.
That'd be
at the
what,
very
Man of
least.
Steel,
BVS.
Man of Steel,
Listen,
BVS.
If he wears it, but it's in a scene that
Justice
clearly
League.
looks
Justice
like
League would be miserable
it was
because
Joss
it's
Whedon's
so
decision,
long.
then the bet doesn't count. And he goes, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Because at the time, it was Snyder directing the full film, and not
We
Whedon,
might
who
have to
actually
like
cares
sit
about
down
the
2
fans of
days
his
a
properties
week
that he
and
directs films of.
watch that
And so
one.
that's kinda- that's kinda how that worked
Yeah,
out.
that could be our fun way. We
I would
do
love
we
to see
split it up
Superman
to
get a
2
straight-up new
weeks for
costume
this
in
week,
general.
then it's
I more
Which
meant
would be-
like
while none of the
we sit
production has
one
shown
night
that, I think it could
and
be a
watch
very,
the
like-
first half of
like
the
end
movie,
of
and then
Homecoming,
the night we
like Spider-Man
record.
gets a new
Right,
costume type of
right,
thing,
maybe.
where he doesn't actually wear it in the movie, and except maybe like the last scene or something. Because I think it's very plausible for Bruce to say, and they could
It's
even
very
work out the whole. Because
plausible.
the biggest issue people have with Superman, especially on film, is Superman's got one weakness. and
the
us.
biggest
you can always tell if
problem
there's a
that
Superman
we
movie
have with
when
Superman
Superman
on
all
film,
that is
Especially
Zod,
on
and they've already
film.
done Zod. So Bruce could even make Clark like a. They could do like what they did in Smallville season 11.
This
where the
is
chest
when I
plate
was
of his suit is
meeting
actually
my
made of
wife.
lead,
Why did
but
she
you can't
decide to
stab him
marry
with
me?
kryptonite. Like Bruce could work him up any sort of suit,
Oh,
and anything like that would be a
God.
clear explanation as to why.
Well, I would have liked an
Or
explanation as to why they changed the suit
Smallville and
between
shit.
Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, because he has a square belt now. It's like a different shape.
Yeah, they
and
changed
there was
the
only
Oh,
one-
Logan,
There was only
dude.
the one suit on the ship that it showed, and then I think
Well,
Good old Logan.
It's supposed to be the same
Remember
suit.
when we had backup hosts
Yeah,
for the
that's-
show?
That used to bother me.
That's
But
crazy,
the more
man.
I've thought about
That's
it, the more I really
crazy.
don't
Now
care.
we can't even have
Because they
one
fixed a
of
lot
our
of
main
issues with that suit. Not
hosts
they just
Right.
changed and not fixed any of the big problems.
Miss you, Joshua Clemens.
I miss you, Joshua Clemens.
It's
Okay.
The
Exactly.
the layout's not
But if you put the brown
bad.
belt back on there, then I'd be
It's
fine.
fine. It's
I think I prefer. I would
simple.
prefer a
It's
full belt.
nothing.
Yeah,
anyway.
it's
Yeah,
literally
the
just
Vulcan belt,
bevel
but,
and
like,
embossed
gives him the Superman
text
suit
on
that
them.
Reborn from Rebirth,
He
that
did
costume,
alright.
perfect
He's-
for the
yeah.
DC.
This is the one
Perfect for a
I
hopeful
did.
Superman. It would
The
look
one
fantastic
Kane
on
did, I
Cavill.
think, is only in one of
Just
these.
everything about it would be perfect.
I think we
Right.
changed it
That's
pretty
exactly what I
You
just
did
said.
all right. Then you did fine. It's
God,
fine.
you won't steal everything I say.
It's not as good as what our stuff looks like
No, but all
now.
they would have to do is
Well,
just
no, but
have
what
an
could
like
be,
maybe
I
Clark
mean,
comes back in a black
Right.
suit. Maybe he was buried in one. Maybe there was an extra suit in the fortress or whatever. So let's
This is
just
gonna sound very stupid, right?
Just like
Yes.
every
They wear
An
black
extra suit on the fortress.
as well.
What was that?
When usually at funerals, person in the casket wears black. The black suit.
That's true.
Well, I mean, he did have the black suit in that scene, the hallucination or whatever that was. In
I
Man
hit
of Steel.
myself
It
in
had
the
they
head
all
as
had
hard
this
as
black-
This makes me want to hang
Well, the
myself
suit that
with
goes
a
under the
noose.
Tony
Yeah,
armor
what if
is a
I hit
black
myself
suit,
as
so-
hard as
yeah,
possible
exactly.
with this
I mean, that's
bottle
what,
over the head?
What
Would
if
that
I
be
what if I tied a noose around my neck?
Um,
Zod.
How
yeah,
far are
I mean,
we?
Zod World
How,
War II,
what's your
but,
bet?
Jor-El.
Oh, I'm so
Jor-El,
scared
yeah,
to
I was trying to
think.
think
I'm
of
This was like
hoping at
Russell
Crowe.
least
Russell Crowe was one of those.
20 minutes,
No,
maybe
his was
30.
black.
Oh,
And then
dude,
the Black
11.
Cat was the dark blue.
Oh,
And in most scenes,
That's a
um,
game we play.
Steel,
If you're not
his suit
subscribed to our
actually looks gray. It
Patreon,
doesn't
that's a
even
game we
look
play while
like
we're
blue. It
watching
just literally
movies
looks
where
like
we
green
just
color,
guess how
which is
far
stupid.
into it we are.
yeah.
Not even.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Snyder
check out the
Vision.
Patreon. $1 follow.
Never have I heard a more perfect statement, Logan. Congratulations.
Never have I heard a more perfect statement.
Kane's laughing
Dude,
as if
this
he
is
actually understands the joke, but he's actually a DCU fanboy.
So, I wouldn't go that far. I'd say he's closer to being a CW fanboy than DCU
Oh, no,
fanboy.
he definitely-
I dropped
yeah.
my bloody respect for them shows.
Myself and
Yeah,
Only
you
because we
said
did.
that
You only
there
dropped your
was
respect
even
because
though
we-
as Green Arrow.
You bullied me out liking those shows.
Rightfully
right.
so, also. May I just add?
That's alright, I still like them. It's just I say I hate them when I'm around you lot.
Yeah, same.
So you're a
You
poser.
lot.
I knew Logan was a fanboy.
I'm a Tyler Posey.
So Kane was a friend of ours who I don't know how we actually met Kane. I think we were just trying to we used to be niche internet micro celebrities, and we met a guy who was aspiring,
CW a long time ago.
and we were just trying to help him out.
Pretty solid, yeah.
had a lot of
Honestly, if they
we
do-
had like a bunch of varying
do
group
this,
chats
well,
of
like
just us
July,
and our artist buddies, and a lot of rotating artists in and out of those.
Yeah,
he was
and a lot of
one
people
those
who are on
that
this
was
YouTube
there
channel
for a
probably
while.
don't know
Last season, so
like
I
our
think I did.
So as far as
backstory,
other
our
characters in
villain
Justice
Oh,
League
our
backstory.
lore.
For what-
Yeah,
what- just-
sure.
Um,
Daddy, he's gonna be-
So me and
Yeah.
Daniel both used to be pretty decently
I don't think
big
Wesley's
niche
style
internet
Everyone
micro
except for
celebrities
CW
in the
fanboys are gonna love
superhero Photoshop
Oh,
genre.
yeah, a lot of them will transfer.
Man, what a horrible thing to say.
Yeah, isn't it
No,
just?
I think he will steal a lot of the show.
Kane
It's
was
already
Kane
expected
was
to be super
like an
popular,
up and
Fledger's
comer,
kinda
so we
like,
kind of
"Oh,
took him
no,
under our
he's no
wing.
Grant Gustin. And I'm like,
We
fuck off,
met.
that's number one.
Because he's actually a good actor.
No, I think he'll be Aquaman's gonna be like the
We met
no,
Josh.
I mean, he's gonna be like Spider-Man was in Civil War.
Logan
Everybody knew
was
that,
like
and
an
everybody's
OG
really
from
excited to
before
see
we were niche internet
Holland
micro
in the
celebrities. He
role.
just
I
never
think
like.
Flesra is gonna be like
he was
what
never
Giant
quite
Man
the same. He's
was
still
in Civil
doing
War,
stuff.
where everybody comes out of the movie adoring it, but they didn't expect to when they came into the
But,
movie. Does that make sense?
And so so that's how we met Kane.
So like
That's where this
with Spider-Man,
podcast
you knew
came
you were
from.
going
We were
Spider-Man
trying to
when you
coast
went,
off
but
our
you didn't know how
Instagram
much you liked that
clout.
Ant-Man
It
scene,
never
you just fucking
worked.
Right.
grows
No,
and
no,
shit.
this
And I think
time's
that's gonna be
gone, though.
how Flash is. Like all
You
the
know,
scenes are gonna be so
things
fucking
come in.
cool. They're always gonna fall in
Right.
love.
I mean, second podcast, we're not just coasting off of our previous niche internet micro celebrity clout. We're just using our knowledge to do it again.
We roll them, we fall in, you know.
Right.
It's not even that. It's not even a Grant versus Ezra thing. It's just I don't like any of the lines that he said about the second favorite chair. He just pushes people and runs away. It's just
The push,
stupid
no,
shit.
the second favorite chair I thought was stupid.
Have you not fucking heard of
He hasn't even been in a film for longer than about 5 minutes.
Okay, now we're
DC, and
finally
everyone's
into
fucking loves it for
Justice
some
League
reason. I don't
predictions.
understand.
It's just
It's because
He's overrated.
we've been handed shit. And now
My
we've been
prediction
handed,
was
little-
that
someone
Ezra
gives me a
Miller
lot of
would
shit in our
be
hands, right, as the Flash.
prediction
And now
was
we're
that
one of
getting
people's
little
favorite
rumbles
things.
of like a sirloin
prediction
steak.
was that
And
Ezra
like, we've
Miller
got these
would
little rumbles.
be a horrible person and try and
Look up,
kill
you look at us
somebody
little
in a
bitty pieces
bar
like a nice medium rare steak,
in
and we're gobbling that
Hawaii
down. And we're
and
like,
choke that lady out. and-
To be fair, I was kind
Jesus
of
Christ,
right.
This steak is delicious. It's so much
Were
better than
you
that big
People
blob of shit you
loved
made me
Ezra
yesterday.
Miller's
And I think
Flash
that's why people are
Yeah,
fucking Ezra so
for a
much.
minute
The stakes of DCU
before he
and all the
started
shit that's
beating women.
That's what he's
No,
doing.
not the DCU, because DCU is a slightly smaller glob of shit. That being said,
Golly.
Ezra's Flash, from what we've seen so far, is those little pieces of steak.
Shit, I'd say.
I hate this.
Plus, his suit is damn near gorgeous.
The suit is like,
Isn't it? Is it? Is it gorgeous,
He's
Dalton?
lying to himself.
No way.
Golly, dude.
No, just no, it's not.
The way I used to talk,
the-
even
the-
like not even just like my
Yeah,
weird
yeah,
prepubescent accent.
Yeah.
And I saw it and I was like, that's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
But it's grown on me so much. Like,
Yeah.
every time I see it again, I'm like, I'm starting to like this. And now I just...
And I feel like people fail to remember that that is still a fucking prototype that he built himself out of fucking
The
space.
thing is, while
What did he build the front of? What did he build it out of?
It still 100%
Daniel?
looks like a
I
prototype
don't
suit.
know.
Exactly, yeah.
Like,
Something, I'm sure.
Yeah, and let's explain.
Oh,
For his set of
God.
suit.
And I think they should kick myself.
I think taking a
Well, just remember, Daniel. Here's what I want you to remember as we're processing this together. Remember that this is what led to this.
Oh, you little boy, I'll get you one of
God,
these
man,
days.
I'd love
Oh,
to
speaking
just
of menaces,
kick
one thing that I'm
myself in the nuts,
unbelievably
just
excited for
like
in this
200
movie,
to 9.
and I'm talking unbelievably excited for, is J.K. Simmons as Commissioner
Oh
Gordon,
my god, yeah.
aka the most perfect casting that no one ever thought of.
Exactly, because
That's a bar, actually.
Yeah,
I was just really happy for like 10 whole minutes.
No, but
before
like
it even,
this,
fully settled in.
we.
Fully
I
realized
really
what's
enjoy
going
what
on
we
too,
do
so.
now,
yeah, no, sure.
and
Jokes aside, it's
without this, what we do now doesn't
He
happen.
was just perfect.
Sure.
He still
That
voices it in
doesn't
cartoons
mean
and stuff. I mean, I don't know about the new show, but
Right.
Ultimate Spider-Man and the
All right,
Avengers
what's
and all
up,
the
Bobbin?
animations,
Thanks
he's
for
still with JJ
joining.
Dillon,
Yeah, and he'll probably revive. I've seen some fan cast. Hugh Laurie is one that I've seen that I don't hate.
I don't hate that one,
I
but
don't hate any of them, but none of them. The guy who played Dr. Cox in Scrubs, I've seen that one. I don't mind it. Just none of them really stick out to me. One that I have seen, and I think it was a buddy of mine and Daniel's and Logan's, Adrian, he brought this up. Tobey Maguire as JJ, because I don't know if you've seen Brothers or not, but
Yeah.
Oh, the brothers argument.
and he was like, no. Tobey Maguire as J. Jonah Jameson. And as much as I want him for Uncle Ben, I think this may be better.
Oh god, man.
The brothers argument is my
Yeah, that's the
least
thing,
favorite
I could
thing
literally
ever.
See that as an
Wanting
accurate
him as
casting
Uncle
choice.
Ben.
I guess, yeah.
Golly.
Fuck off, Kane.
Fuck off. He's for you all night.
Do y'all expect to see any lanterns in
He's
Justice
not
League?
what was that, Dalton?
Do y'all expect to see any lanterns in Justice League?
You're probably like walking your dog.
We get it. Probably not.
Sure.
That's what expect means. It's not do you want it or not.
Do you remember
expect
the
it?
episode of the podcast
Learn
where
English, learn proper English.
I
Yeah,
went to
we-
the
Yeah.
restaurant to get like a loaded baked potato, but instead of like pausing it or waiting until after I picked it up, I just like hopped on my phone while I was going to get it.
But I don't think we will get any of them actually
was
appearing.
wild.
I don't think we'll get. I think if we do, it'll be like Kilowog,
Wouldn't
which
have.
I'd be 100% okay. But somebody that they can completely CGI. That way, if they do need to actually cast him later, that they can. Somebody who doesn't have a face, doesn't have like a clear.
That was true. I got that one right.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
prediction's
So,
correct.
like, it wasn't Brolin as
What
Thanos
are
at the
you
end of the first
talking
Avengers movie. It, I don't remember who it was.
The
But either way,
prediction
I
was
think-
if we see a Green
Yeah.
Lantern, it's gonna be
and don't
one
include a
that
face or
can
anything.
be
yeah, yeah.
easily
Kilowog,
changed
you can do a
actor.
different
Yeah.
voice to voice him. But I think that if we do, it'll be. I'm not saying it will be Kilowog, but I'm saying if we do, it'll be someone like that. It won't be Hal or John or any of the Human Lanterns especially. But
I would love to see Fillmore.
that could actually be pretty cool.
I said that. I don't know who that
I'm
is.
still looking along.
Yeah.
You do sort of look like Kilowog. Kane.
No,
Go ahead and hit up.
no fucking
Go ahead and hit up
clue.
Whedon. Let him know. Like, hey, if you need anybody for Kilowog at the end of Justice League,
What do you like? We joke about this. Yeah, sure.
what if he's listening to our podcast right now?
You know,
We've been making that joke for 6 years.
That's a very likely possibility.
We ain't got shit.
Why is he getting? Oh, I hate. The only thing I hate more than DCEU fanboys is.
Oh, hold on, real quick. The fact that we keep calling it the DCEU is not even true anymore because it's
Yeah,
not even the
nobody
official
cares.
term. It's just
That-
called DC Films.
Oh,
That term is
It's
going to
like
stick.
DCEU is too much to
It's
say.
gonna stick.
That term is
It's gonna
already
stay
stuck.
DCEU.
I refuse
That's
to
true.
say
It
no.
did stick. We got that prediction right. That's
MCU
3
wasn't
for
even an
3,
official term.
baby.
It was the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and then people started calling it the MCU. So
Well, that's an abbreviation. That's stupid. It's hard.
It's an acronym. Yeah, it's.
No, it's 100% gonna stick. It's not going away.
Which
Yeah, but that's not what I call it.
official. Everyone's still gonna call it DCEU.
We're
DC Extended
waffling,
Universe.
dude.
That's not gonna change
This
it.
is
Yeah.
miserable. I can't believe
Plus,
we
it's
did this and
an
thought
easy
it
way for us
could.
as podcasters to let people know what we're talking about, so you can shut up and fuck off, Logan.
If we're gonna
Yeah.
get
I was gonna say. Oh, the thing
How
I
many
hate more than
minutes do you
DCEU
think?
fanboys is Zack Snyder fanboys, and there are a lot
Oh,
of them.
15
And the fact that they're hating on
23.
the fact that they're hating on Whedon. I mean, there are people that are hating on Joss Whedon just because he took over for Snyder, and they're saying, "Well, we're going to do this is a Marvel movie. I hate Marvel. Oh, we're going to have a bunch of jokes." And I'm like, "Listen, this man.
Am I right?
Oh my god."
Oh, Josh
You're talking,
Whedon. Remember
you're
when he
talking about
was?
the guy who made at the time the highest rated comic book film of all time. Like, give the man some respect.
Yeah. Give the man some respect.
I do expect there to be a lot of. This is one of the things I'm nervous about because I think if Whedon had had Justice League from the start, it would have been a very, very solid film. But I think since he took over for Snyder, now he has rewritten like 70% of the film and reshot like I think 40%. But I'm afraid we're gonna get
I
kind
made
of
those numbers up.
a different separation. If that makes any sense, like it'll be like two different films, and that I'm nervous for. But I could see it going either way. I'm really unsure there.
That's a good prediction. Because
There will be a distinction
It went
between
both ways.
Snyder parts and
Yeah.
Whedon parts.
You.
which there were a differentiation between the Snyder parts and the Whedon parts.
Like in the Defenders, have a light shine on it. They go back in the alleyway and get raped, and then it's.
Yeah, we'll be able to know
Oh,
Snyder's.
you saw just real quick. You saw Cap's comic about Steppenwolf and Batman.
I have not now.
Oh my god, look at that up after we get done with it.
All right, will do.
Bro did not look that.
You're right. That's
No,
right.
I
He's both in my head, Kane. No, he's not wrong there. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
You know what, Dan?
You know what, Dan?
You only know the red team's on Logan, and Logan only has the red team's on you, Kane.
No, Logan, we can fight back. I have been this whole time.
No, you can't fight back. Neither of you can.
You're too quiet, Logan. Speak
You're
up.
pussies and
I
faggots.
was waiting for Don to see what happened when you tried last time.
Okay, so does anybody else have any predictions for Justice League?
This was 6 years ago. I'm sorry. I've changed.
Almost 7 years ago.
Oh, it was 7 years ago. I'm sorry. I've changed.
I really, honestly, I
Alright.
really hope it will be. I know a lot of people would rather it come out now, but I would really much rather them take their time and make a very solid film than just try to push.
I absolutely agree.
Just try to push something out, which is probably what they're probably just going to push something out. But man, if they really took their time with it,
As long as they work on the second one and the future films in DC EU, then.
no, it's
The second one, Kane lost.
I'm just saying, as long as the second one makes sense.
That's a big zip
I'd
on
rather
that.
them work on this one and have this one
Yeah,
out
yeah, that's what
before,
I'm saying. Yeah, exactly.
before starting
Make
working on
this
the second.
as good as it can be before we push out anything, but they won't. They'd rather get stuff out.
Yeah, naming all of these projects at once. I'm like,
Yeah,
focus
that's
on
what
what
I'm
you
saying.
got.
There's no point working on something that you're doing now instead of fucking going into 20 years in the future.
Fucking having a Flash movie. Just give us a Deadshot solo movie, because that's what all the fans want.
Yeah, right. Who wants that? Let's be honest.
Well, they haven't even had anything else about that since they announced it, so.
Well, he's not even
There was some rumors about that.
No, the reason
like
that
2 weeks ago.
the reason Deadshot's such a popular character, Suicide Squad Deadshot, no, it's because he was the only good character in the whole film.
That's true. Yeah, I agree. But then they're going to put in Harley Quinn in that movie as well.
I have to disagree with you there. I actually really liked Captain Boomerang. And
Oh, yeah, I do really like that.
I wish he
I
had more.
would disagree with
more
you
time.
there.
Yeah, exactly.
I would like to disagree with you, please.
Actually, I would have to disagree with you because
Hey, Bobbin, just comment something so there's something else for us to focus on if you're still watching.
comment anything so
Well, no
we
shit, it's
don't
better
have
than the
to
movie. Tyler Dog
focus
shouldn't be
on
better than the film.
this.
It's got one redeeming factor.
They probably put time to land it.
I'm gonna start hitting my head against
The
the
picture that they
wall.
show on his file in the book, anyway, I don't like the picture. So then when Flag goes to actually see Croc, he's different. Like he's mutated again. So I hope that when he shows up in
I'm
Secret,
gonna
he's
give
mutated more and
myself
more. He gets
3 more
bigger and
cringe
scarier and more
strikes.
monster.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
Well, I would like
This
that.
is
I really
bad.
love the makeup that they did.
Practical,
I'm
but
gonna
yeah,
start
they
hitting my
really
head
made it
against
You know,
the
every
wall.
time I'm like,
The
man, our
wall, I mean, my
podcast could
microphone.
be better. You know, our podcast isn't the best. Now I'm watching this.
The CGI in the movie was
It
terrible.
could not.
The CGI in Suicide Squad was
I was
god-awful.
thinking we'll still use practical effects.
Yeah.
But
mean, it
like,
could.
I just didn't like him.
See, I enjoyed the design. The voice was also fantastic. Like I said, I do wish he was a little bigger, but at the same time, if I had to choose between having him at a bigger size and seeing the gorgeous practical effects that they use there, I would still go with
Gorgeous practical
just because
effects that they use there.
Practical effects were what, to be honed.
What are we even talking about?
they're so good.
Killer
Imagine seeing that
Croc in
character walking around
Suicide
with a big CGI.
Squad.
I mean, imagine, like, take Suicide Squad CGI that they had in that film and apply it to him and tell me it would have looked god-awful.
Well, I'm saying like in a
God
Batman
awful.
movie,
Oh, yeah, in a
like,
Batman movie, I
or-
can understand. But, like,
That's a
like,
frequent phrase I think I used back in this time.
Like he just works out more, he gets bigger, and then.
Why were you friends with me?
I would definitely give us a Suicide Squad
No.
sequel. New director, completely new cast, completely new characters. Because I'm
Oh,
saying-
that's another prediction. We got it right.
Suicide Squad sequel.
What was it?
Suicide Squad
I wanna see him in the
sequel,
sequel.
new
He's the perfect
cast,
character in that
new
sequel.
director.
But the thing is, I don't think we need
Right,
a Suicide. Like we didn't need the first Suicide Squad movie. We definitely don't need a second one.
But here's the thing about the first Suicide Squad movie. It had the potential to be one of the best comic book movies of all time because it was so different. We're looking at it from seeing it and seeing how terrible it was. But if we take it back and say that this is, if we go back to before it was released,
Sure, I'll
it had the
give you that
potential
one,
to be
too,
so good.
because
I mean, it could have been.
Yeah,
That was-
Well, it
that's what I'm
could have been.
saying.
Did it come out 2016?
Yeah, those are
It had the potential to be the best comic book movie of that year.
Yeah, for sure.
If it had been done right, because it's such an original
That
idea.
movie
it doesn't
came
fall
out in
into the same
2016.
tropes that we have in every
That's
comic book movie because
crazy,
it's completely
dude.
new. It's original. It's different. But
It's almost 10 years
It fails
old.
on all of those marks. So a sequel to that
fucked
could be
up,
extremely good if done well, with a good director, a good cast, better characters, the whole nine, a better story.
Why are you bringing up the director though? Ayer's a fine director.
Ayer's a decent director, but I've heard some things. I used to think it was WB's fault and not Ayer's fault, but I've looked into some of the things that happened, and apparently he didn't care about the project at all. And so a lot of the statements that he had about WB and how they were rushing him and all of that, a lot of that stemmed from him not caring about the project.
I did not know any of this, dude.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Dalton.
No, go ahead, Logan.
Oh, I looked up because you cut me off again. I'm gonna
No,
hang
go
over.
ahead, Logan.
Okay, but he's been the one.
Yeah,
He's pushing. He's been pushing like the Harley Quinn stuff on Twitter and teasing Black Mask and all that stuff. Like he really wants his stuff to actually take off now. So I don't know. Like I said, I haven't heard anything what you said before. So he's
I
really
heard
to me,
from
he's
the
like trying to
Probably
push
because
stuff
I
out now.
made it up.
Right.
Yes, I hadn't heard either of that, and I haven't been paying attention to anything he does. So
It's the cast who's been saying a lot of that. A lot of the cast are saying that he didn't work with them to help them get their characters right, and it really seemed like it was a project he wasn't very passionate about. For a person who, because David Ayer, if you look at his projects, he's usually pretty passionate about the things that he does. And so, I mean, he's not a bad director by any means,
Is he
but
usually
he
pretty
could be replaced with
He's
somebody
pretty
who's better.
passionate, typically.
That's my thought process.
What
Like,
are
if
you
you could get somebody better than him to do so many more
burning,
characters,
I'm trying to light a
instead of somebody-
candle.
He's more of,
are
he is
you?
kind of character
It
centered,
won't
but
light,
he focuses
though.
a bit more on,
Okay.
not only special effects, but his overarching
But I'm gonna
story.
dump the
For
one
Suicide Squad,
candle
you want
into
somebody who's
another
more character
candle.
centered versus that, because you're going to get a better outcome.
Yeah, do that.
yeah,
That's what I did.
Tarantino for Suicide Squad movie would be amazing. He would never, ever, ever, ever do it. But if he
Tarantino
did,
for a
it would be
Suicide Squad
the
movie.
perfect Suicide Squad film.
Wait, wasn't Suicide Squad like nominated for an Oscar or some shit?
Yeah, it won an Oscar for makeup.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
Oh yeah, oh well, yeah, there you go then.
I still don't think it should have beat
I don't
Star
know,
Trek?
Star Trek.
That's true. I stand by that statement to this day.
Like, you know what I find really
That
crazy?
Star Trek movie had some of the most beautiful makeup I've ever seen.
Yeah. a lot of the characters in Suicide Squad, except Leto's Joker, who I don't think can be redeemed. There are a lot of people who do think he can be redeemed. Personally, I don't, because Leto has a strict misunderstanding of the character of the Joker. Like, no matter what way you
Yeah,
say
he's
it,
got
he
a
doesn't
strict
understand the character. There are a lot of characters in that movie who could easily be
This is bad, dude.
Harley Quinn.
Do we have
Honestly,
to keep
given a good
watching?
script,
Yeah,
she'd
we
be a
gotta
fantastic
finish
character.
it, and
The same would be said
but
for the majority of the
we're
characters in
over
the film.
halfway done. We're 35 minutes in.
So hard,
so,
though.
to like look at it's sex appeal. Yeah, exactly.
If you're hiring somebody for sex appeal, Margot Robbie is the perfect person.
That's true.
Oh,
That's true.
I mean, bang, yo. True.
I wasn't married yet. I promise. Like, I'm sorry, my bad.
I'm not thinking about it.
I think I just started dating my wife, or no, I hadn't. I was still in school.
DiCaprio as Joker, because imagine how perfect his Joker would be with Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. Like, take some of the latter scenes from Wolf of Wall Street when he did get kind of, he wasn't physically abusive, but he was definitely like verbally abusive. Take some of those, and that would be the perfect relationship.
Yeah.
God, I want that so bad. Progressively over time, the Joker has gotten more.
All right, chill out.
Like from, because I was one of the personally, and I'm not bragging at you no more. I was one of the first people to fan cast that, because as soon as I heard Scorsese was doing it,
Was I?
Scorsese worked so well together. And then I think one of the news comic sources reported on it, which turned out to be false. But even still, I want it so bad.
Well, I remember because you were talking about that, and then he just got confirmed to play, not Dry's name.
Yeah, what if I
I think
cover
it's Theodore Roosevelt or
myself?
something.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a movie.
myself.
No, because I mean, he's been in what, like 6 Scorsese movies? I mean, he's his go-to actor. He is like
6
Vince Vaughn.
Scorsese movies? Oh yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio is Martin Scorsese's go-to actor. That's
I mean,
true.
that one could be okay.
I didn't just make
You
that
know,
up.
he did a Joker like mockumentary, kind of like The Office,
Kinda
where like it
was
shows him throughout his life. And
A
then he
Joker
goes over and sees
mockumentary like The Office? Wow,
The
that's.
stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life, Logan. What are you talking about?
God.
I'm not saying, like,
At least I told him. I said that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life, Logan. What are you talking
I
about?
want to see one about stormtroopers, like working on the Death Star. Like that's what I want to see, like a Star Wars-based,
Oh,
like
God.
mockumentary about stormtroopers on the Death Star. And all of a sudden, you get like stormtroopers and they look at the camera, so you can't tell that they're. Have you all seen Troops?
I just wanna.
It's easily the greatest Star Wars
like,
fan film of
go-
all time, and it's basically cops
go
but with
back
stormtroopers on
in
Tatooine, like while they're looking for Luke and his family, and it's amazing.
Oh God.
It came out in like 2004,
Why?
I think. It's online. You can find it. You just
Stop
search up Troops.
burning
It's amazing.
stuff,
It's so
I
good.
dude.
can't. I wanna.
What
It's
do
so
you
funny.
mean
But, like,
you
if did
can't?
Office mixed
Just
with cops about
don't.
stormtroopers working on the
That
Death
was
Star,
just, like,
you could have like a
paper.
you can do so many different. You could have like a cleaning stormtrooper, like a stormtrooper that just walks around with a mop and just mops the floor, and then Darth Vader comes up to him and he notices like a spot on the floor still, and like the stormtrooper's like, I'll go back and clean it up, and then Darth Vader just chokes him right there, and then another stormtrooper standing by just like turns and looks at the camera and then just shrugs his shoulders. Like,
Are
how
you
funny would that be?
hearing this? I know you
can't
are.
stand it.
Right?
But what am
Cannot
I?
And as someone who
stand-
just finished binge watching The
I
Office for like the
just
fifth
wanna.
time, I've
I
read that
just
more than
wanna
ever.
beat
Yeah, like
myself.
the Office or
Dude,
even
I'm-
like,
this
even
makes
Star Trek,
me
if you want to be honest, because
miserable.
I consider the Death Star more
Like I
like
just want to hit myself in the head a lot.
except for maybe
I will
like,
also want to hit
Like,
younger
not
me in the head a
Not
lot.
me myself, but like that, like
and it's even more
15-year-old
comical
me.
because
I
the humor
just
isn't as
want
dry
to
because
like
it has, you know.
like hip slap your rings like 38 to 4.5.
Dude, we got like 10 minutes
It's
left.
almost positive. Because you said that the other day, and I wasn't gonna argue with you because I wasn't sure, but I'm almost positive.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
it's
can
like the
do
first
that.
episode,
I
because
can do
Yeah,
that.
you got it. You got it.
It's easy. Easy.
Oh, I love Parks and
La
Rec. I
ilaha
really, really
illallah.
love Parks and Rec.
I love Parks and Rec. What are we talking about?
I don't know.
Like what he could do.
Chris Pratt is my actual father, by the way.
Chris Pratt.
He's
Oh,
my. He's really.
I do like you on Rory.
That's
Yeah, I know.
crazy.
If I had to choose one
That's
father,
fact
it would easily be
about
Tom Welling.
You can't be gay if you're dead, because that's illegal.
No, he's my daddy because we do. And he's not my daddy by blood.
Oh my.
He's my sex daddy.
you. Why? My sex daddy.
Just put that one on the nose, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. I get
There's
it.
no reason to beat around the bush.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh man,
What are we even talking about anymore?
I really don't know.
that's what I'm
That's a
saying,
question,
dude. I
dude.
mean,
Let's
at
talk about
least
not
that
predictions for Justice League.
that
Let's go
part
into like
stuck at
wants,
least.
like something that you really, really love to see.
never
Not
changed
necessarily
that
that you might, or maybe
before.
something that could happen.
Okay, so we've already covered the black suit. I would like to see Ocean Master and Black Manta at least teased, like in their suits.
That could be cool.
Let's see.
I don't
the
think
lanterns.
that's
That silhouette scene.
I don't
Yeah.
know,
Oh
probably.
yeah, but see, I think there's a good chance of that happening.
The silhouette scene did
Especially
happen.
in Florida where they had like the red skies in the background.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's one that I really, really want, like a new
Spider-Man
orchestrated. Yeah, that in that scene, like say that's the scene where Superman comes back, right, and they're marching together to that theme song with the red sky, and that's the first scene where Superman comes back right before the final battle. Like that would be the perfect scene in a Justice League movie.
I mean, wasn't Elfman supposedly bringing in the classic Superman score?
Oh, was
Yeah,
it
I've heard that as a
Elfman
rumor,
supposedly being
and
in
100%
the
yes.
Superman
That's
score?
like there are plenty of really, really good comic book movie scores. You got Batman '89. Some of the Man of Steel scores are actually really solid. You've got Dan Elfman's Spider-Man score. All of those are really good, and I adore all of them. But the most iconic score from a comic book movie ever is John Williams' Superman score. There's never been one to top it. And so if they bring that in for this movie, I don't even I'll like the movie. I don't even care if the movie's shit. If they have that score in it, I will like the movie.
I'm just imagining the scene like they're
Oh,
the
man,
league
what
is
a
getting outnumbered
nerd.
by
Who is
by
that?
Harry
What?
Potter,
Who
they're
says stuff
And then all
like
of a sudden,
that?
before you see anything here,
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, just
Totally
playing.
And then everybody like starts looking up at the sky, and you
If
don't
I
see
ever
anything
saw
yet.
that guy in the street, it'd be
Dude, I'd
You know what I'm
shoot
saying,
him.
dude. I'd fuck him up. Like that's all I'm gonna
God,
say.
I want that more than I've ever wanted anything. My
I'd
number one
take
Really?
character is
More than
Superman.
I've ever
I also want
wanted
a good
anything.
personality for Superman. I want a good personality for
Ever,
Superman,
really,
just
that's
because.
crazy.
Henry, just say
Yeah,
Henry.
exactly.
Lose your accent and
Just you, Henry.
Like basically that's what Momoa does, from what I understand. He just basically acts like himself the whole time.
I've also heard the same thing about Ezra.
Mm-hmm. So that's
Probably Affleck too. Affleck seems like a super depressed guy, so he probably works fine.
He has so many memes about it.
Must be related to me then.
Oh, get it?
Oh my god, Affleck
Oh, I
is
get it.
such a character.
Sad.
Another thing I'd like to see, I'd like to see Batman just rip off those goggles in one scene to reveal some white eyes underneath. Like you just like the final scene, like maybe one of them gets cracked or whatever, and he just throws it off and he's wearing like these white eye contacts. Because then that suit would be the perfect bat suit. It would be the best
brother. We've hit the nerd trifecta, which is black suit Superman talking about an obscure comic book movie, Batman with white eyes.
Oh yeah, it's super stupid. And for him to just wear them casually, that's stupid. But like say like isn't there some scenes where the top of the Batmobile is open?
Dude, this is bad.
Like then it makes sense. You want to wear goggles for something like that. Some kind of because you're driving at super high speed. You don't want to get something like that. That sort of stuff makes sense. But just casually wearing the goggles, like it's such a stupid costume choice.
I'm so desperate for this to be over so we can end the stream.
So strongly dislike
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because that picture came out like a week after. Go ahead, Daniel.
Like I'm glad. Like I get it. I love the podcast. I get this had to happen.
This had to happen, but I hate it.
Oh, but man.
We're gonna save the next 2 episodes for when we have blown up.
When we can stomach this again.
Well, when there are people who can like watch it with us and comment along.
20 years. When we
So get more people to watch the after party stream with us.
He was responsible for some of the details in the Batman Superman batsuit, so we have to give him credit for that. Because that is such a... I don't hate him, I just hate his films.
5 more minutes.
He's a director, like he has good visuals and all.
He's not a good storyteller. I would say he's a pretty good director, but his problem is in the writing.
Yeah.
Because in all honesty, he's a pretty solid, like visually, he's a pretty solid director.
Yeah, but
This is back in the day when I thought directing was literally just what the movie
if you take Watchmen, where
looked
he didn't have
like.
to write the story, I like Watchmen. In fact, I probably love Watchmen.
I also love Watchmen.
And
you
he didn't
love
have to write the story
Watchmen?
because they literally took the graphic novel.
Zack Snyder's
and
Sweep
used
could
it
be
as a
fun
storyboard.
too.
And that's the movie that got him Man of Steel, which eventually got him Batman v Superman.
Yes,
And even in Man of Steel, he had other people to help
Watchmen.
him. Personally,
We
I
watched
think Man of Steel,
Watchmen.
if he had gotten a Superman sequel or a Batman v Superman with a good Superman in it, Man of Steel was the perfect setup for
The one Josh likes, the zombie.
Yeah, he still learned it. He didn't need to be all perfect and hopeful, but then they just followed it with the terrible interpretation in BVS. So
they followed it with the same. He had a lot of character growth in Man of Steel, and a lot of people liked Man of Steel. And
But
I think the studio
Snyderverse
kinda saw
would be
that as,
more
okay, well, this
fun?
is the Superman people want to see.
Right,
And the reason people liked Man of Steel is because at the end he was Superman, and you could really see that in his character growth. But then they turned around in Batman v Superman and made him the same Superman from before that growth happened.
yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh.
I hate Snyder Man.
Snyder Man.
Snyder Man. As a huge Superman fan,
God.
Snyder Man is just an insult to the character.
Oh, it's weird that the
The
internet has reversed since this. Like, because we were the staple like internet nerds, and it's all reversed because now.
Justice League posters this week. Gorgeous posters.
Yeah.
They're so. Oh my
we
god.
got the Empire magazine cover, and then we just got like a few shots of them.
Yeah, the few shots actually. That without
Are you ready to be
the towel,
done?
I really do hate the new Batsuit, but without the towel, it doesn't look nearly.
I mean, we're
At
wrapping
this
up.
point- at this
Yeah.
point, we have to finish it out.
Oh,
you
but
know.
I've got to pee so bad, dude.
Just go pee. Who cares? No one's watching this.
You're right. I'll leave it paused. You just waffle for a minute. We'll finish this out together.
I might not. Yeah. Oh, man. This shit sucks. Comment down below if you're watching scale of 12 to 37 and a half. How much suction this sucks. How sucky this is. Comment that down below. Anyone who's watching now or in the future, comment that down below. Also, comment your favorite bug and your least favorite bug. Mine personally, least favorite, I don't know, it's probably torn. Cockroaches are pretty fucked, but wasps gotta be top worst. Mosquitoes are pretty bad, them skeeters, but nah, easily wasps. Favorite, I don't know, man. One of them like roly-poly ones, probably top favorite bug for sure.
All right.
What about you, Dalton? What's your favorite bug and least favorite bug?
I'm a big fan of a roly-poly.
That's what I was saying. Dude.
Not a big fan of a bumblebee. Or just any kind of bee. It doesn't matter if it's bumbling or
See,
not.
I like bees. Not a huge fan of wasps. Wasps are pretty bad.
Well, I mean, wasp,
And
bees,
roaches and
anything that
skeeters.
stings, I don't like.
See, bees are chill because they like pollinate or whatever.
Yeah, I get it,
And-
but so do
and
hummingbirds.
At least, look, at least a bee,
Mhm.
they got the balls. You know, if they sting me, That's it for them. They're done. They go out.
I
Like
do respect that, but I still don't.
That's jihad. That's some jihad shit.
Right. I still don't like it. Are you ready for the last 10/5 minutes of this?
I've never been stung by a bee. I've been stung by a shit ton of wasps, and
I've been stung by both. My first time being stung, I put on a jacket, and there was a bee inside the jacket, and he stung my back.
Yeah.
Within a week of that happening,
I think,
within a week of that happening, I also got stung by several wasps. Because there was a wasp nest inside of a tire swing, and I got in the tire swing. And then there was a dead bee on the floor. Dead bees can still send their stinger, and it stung me in the arm because I was on the floor.
I think it was the first time I got stung by a wasp, at least. It was probably my fault because I was, I say probably, I was hitting it with a stick. But it's because my friends were doing it, so of course I'm going to do it.
Right. Why wouldn't you?
I was just smacking it.
Speaking of things that your friends are doing.
Stung me on the nose. It's cool. You can play this, and I'll just keep talking.
No. Finish your story, and we got to get to these last 5 minutes. It's 5 more minutes.
Yeah, well, just go ahead and play this. It doesn't matter. It's easier to watch
I wanna.
So yeah. Then another time, I was in the pool. There was a wasp in the pool, like right by the edge. I jumped in the pool to try and get away from the wasp. Landed on my shoulder, stung me, flew away, still got stung. Another time I got stung twice because I just opened the door and there was a wasp nest just on the back porch.
It's the worst, dude.
Yeah, it just stung me like 2-3 times on the shoulder.
That's
but
the
let's
worst.
watch this fucking stupid thing.
Are you ready?
You
ready? We got 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. That's it. We're good. We're good.
Like meaning in, yeah.
Because I actually kind of like, I hate the ab pads, but the pads on the arms I don't actually hate all that much.
Good.
And so
I don't hate the abs on the arms.
Oh, he doesn't hate them that much, guys.
Those new posters, those like really colorful ones, gorgeous.
Oh, they're fucking beautiful. That being said, the Batman one is the one I actually like the least, simply because I hate the new cowl. And from the side, that's its worst angle, and that's saying a lot because it has a lot of bad angles. But the side
I stand by that.
Cyborg, just because of how fucking goofy it looks.
I mean, it's nerdy stuff, but I stand by it.
Is easily the best part of Cyborg's suit.
Sure.
Yeah, but then his neck is just weird.
His neck is really skinny.
It looks like a mangled, twisted pipe.
Do you stand by that statement, or do you care at all?
That's a bar. Regardless of if I stand by it.
No, it's CGI made it look like a twisted pipe.
I gotta give it to 15.
Why they couldn't have just given Cyborg a decent suit? If you even just give him the Injustice...
Why couldn't they have given him a decent
Honestly, the
suit?
Injustice 2 suit I think is better, and it would have been better suited for the DC.
Like some of the interviews with him where they're talking about the costumes, he sounds so depressed that he doesn't have one.
He sounds so sad.
It's so
He
heartbreaking.
got so jacked, because you remember when he was just like a stage actor, and then now he got in such big shape.
I think that was something Josh said that I was repeating.
It's truly heartbreaking.
And he looks so sad every time he talks about it. And it's like he's trying to mask it with happiness, but then he's like, yeah, I'm walking around in pajamas. It's like,
oh, dude, so depressing.
And Momoa and Ezra were like complaining about their suit, and you could see him like shoot him a dirty look because they were complaining about it.
Y'all have a suit, shut the fuck up.
He just has a piece of fucking fake suit.
No, he's literally wearing pajamas.
Yeah, it's like a skin tight suit. He has a light on his face and a light on his chest. It made him have actual headpiece. They could have like 3 put him a headpiece and be like, here, wear the skill special.
Right, even a headpiece would have been better.
They could have done kind of what they do with Iron Man, where he has like a chest piece and part of like the mask. Yeah.
I mean, that's
my thing.
Everything we're saying at this point,
if I cared, I'd stand
even
by
the half
it,
practical.
but
If they can do, because I mean, honestly, with Cyborg, that's the biggest way I can say that they can fix this part of Cyborg is make his suit a little more like Iron Man's, right? Beefier, bigger of course, but a little more like Iron Man's, because
like a crumpled up ball of tinfoil.
Exactly, because that would be a little smoother, a little more organic. Just make it look more like Iron Man's. Is the only way I can think to describe it. And if they can do, if you look back at the first Iron Man, I think they had a full practical suit. Now,
They did, yeah.
The first suit or the first red and yellow one? Or red and gold, whatever.
Well, I know the silver suit also had a full built suit, but I think it was animatronic, wasn't it? I know they used an animatronic suit in Iron Man 2, and it was Rhodey's suit. And then now, of course, when they were fighting, it was CG. A lot of the scenes where like the head would turn and stuff, it was animatronic, which is super cool. Now, of course, they wouldn't be able to do that for Cyborg, but they could easily have built him a suit. I've seen cosplayers make cosplays that look better than the CGI in this movie.
Oh,
it's extremely
brother!
Because when it shows him strapped up to that whatever in Batman v Superman,
Shut up, bro.
He has the head and his arms at least to his
Let's be honest, that's the most, like, he's going to put his body, well, that's like the most his body will be shown in the DCEU.
I know what I'm saying.
No, but the thing is he can literally make organic body parts. He can make himself organic. That's like confirmed. So if they want to show an arm, they can do that. And I'm really hoping that we get an upgrade at least by the end of the movie where he does that. Now,
What is bro talking about, dude? We did get an upgrade by the end of the movie, so that's another
because I think that's the stupidest thing. I think it's
confirmed.
At all.
Because it's not super obvious. It's like a circle and it has a little like where it's not as lit up.
No, see, I think it's really ugly. It'd be like taking the Batman logo off of his chest and putting a big B inside of it.
Not at all. Like, it's not nearly as noticeable as that. That's an incredible
No,
example.
I'm saying that's the concept of it. That's what it's like. Cyborg doesn't need a logo. His name is Cyborg because he's a cyborg. You can tell who he is when he walks in the building. He doesn't need a label.
He walks up in the bitch.
When he walks up in the watchtower, he doesn't need that logo. And the concept of it is what, like, I don't even like it in comics and stuff.
I do
think
still
it,
stand by that. It's stupid for Cyborg to have a big C on his chest.
Who cares?
I think if you do it at the very end, but I also
It's a
wouldn't always surprise.
cartoon. It's a comic.
Like with some like blueprints or
Right.
some shit.
I mean,
No, see,
that's
I think if we see
true.
it, we will see it. I don't think it'll be like
It's a
blueprints or anything.
talking
Because Bruce Wayne's like the kind of guy who's
cyborg, you
very prepared
know?
for that sort of
It's
thing.
a
if that makes
talking
sense. So I'd
computer,
say, like, while
man.
he's gathering members, he will be building the watchtower.
Like,
Well, I think that once we get like more of the wealthy people, like if you get Ted Cord in there, who's
He's like,
like,
"Oh,
they
no,
can
you
fund
don't.
the promotional
You
stuff,
still
but if you get a
won't."
bunch of rich Justice League team
I'm
members together,
right.
and then they can
Still to
fund
this
the-
day.
What do you mean,
I
prove
think
that? You've got fucking Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, I think Bruce is rich
I'm just
enough
saying-
to do that on his own.
It'll be. I mean, the end of the first episode of Justice League the Animated Series, the Watchtower was built. And I know that's a cartoon, and this is a live-action film, but I don't expect them to go any different route with Watchtower. I think it'll just show up one day, and I think that it could easily show
Did you
up.
guys watch Justice League Action, like the new animated one?
I've seen like 1 or 2
I've heard
episodes.
surprisingly good things about that.
It's really good, but their Watchtower
One or
is
two
like
episodes.
up on
I'm
a
pretty
mountain
sure
with
that was a
bush around it,
movie.
So it's like Earth-based, but it's still a Watchtower.
Speaking of
Kind of-
Earth-based, do y'all think we could see the Hall of Justice?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so.
Because there's some rumors. I can't remember the name
Oh,
of the
I
building
hope
that it's-
so.
I know,
It's the Cincinnati Museum.
Yeah, it was actually while
I know I'm really working on stuff in music.
yeah, Warner Brothers.
That's actually what inspired it.
Warner Brothers, that building, Warner Brothers was filming an undisclosed project, and they blocked off roads
Turns out it
10
was,
Mile Square around that building, and it was at the same time that Whedon was doing his reshoots for Justice League.
It was
Yeah, like red,
CW.
red, white, and blue like banners and stuff on it too.
Yeah, so there's a really good chance that we could see
How about
Watchtower.
both of us
If we don't,
knowing
and it's for
that?
another project, I will be unbelievably sad. That would be sad.
Because we remember it. Yeah, because we were
Hall of Justice.
nerds.
Got that too.
Nerds.
Either way, I want to see both, and I think that Hall of Justice
Not
could be like the
anymore,
scene
we
in the movie
were,
takes place there,
though.
and maybe like the building gets destroyed, and in that happening, Bruce has to like buy the building, and that's what he
Which
decides
is
to do,
fine.
just
It made us
destroy
who
the
we are
fucking
today.
building. And so he fixes it up and turns it into the Hall of Justice. But I think that we could see
Now
Watchtower
we're
like at the
cool,
end.
because
Maybe Bruce
we
like
used
flies
to be
everyone up
nerds,
and
but
like
now
says,
we're
when I started getting the team together,
children.
Nerdy
I had my team start
teenagers
construction on this,
make for
and I think that could be a really good
chill
scene.
I
grown-ups.
think they should say the Watchtower for when the Justice League actually has like more members.
I mean, we've got a solid
It's
lineup.
not once they get Superman back.
That's 6, and then you bring in Lantern, and that's 7. I mean, that's
Manhunter.
7. 7 is going to be the extent of the number that we get at one time. I think we may get more. We may get Manhunter, but I think 7 is going to be like the main number that they kind of stick with. So like if they do a third Justice League movie, maybe
Got that
it's
right.
Hal that can't be in it, so they have Manhunter. But I
Some
think they'll stick
people
around
call
7
me
members
the
because that's a really good
Martian
number.
I'm
to kind of
literally
around, if that
making
makes sense.
this all up.
Yeah, I just want Green Arrow on the team.
Yeah,
though.
you just
Yeah,
yeah.
I just want a good Green Arrow interpretation.
Yeah, you're right. Amen. Preach, brother. We've gotten one. Live action Green Arrow that's solid.
Yeah, Smallville.
Yeah, my boy.
I was thinking, well, it's not Stephen Amell.
Smallville, not as a sweep, but doing like
With a rhino's dick.
a few episodes of
Remember that
Smallville for the podcast would be super fun.
Him as Rhino.
Yeah. That-
Somebody did a Mel as
I feel
Rhino,
like we'd have to do like first episode,
I remember who it was.
2 of the best episodes, and then the
I
last
don't
episode,
think you could ever do anything like that.
No, 'cause it was pretty solid in it. That's the thing.
and do it as an episode
It was
of a
Clancy, our
sweep.
boy Clancy.
That's what it was. That's what it
Maybe
was.
for
I know, I
the
remember. I
last
saved my phone
episode of
somewhere.
Superman sweep,
Jeez, I was gonna say something, but I forgot. I can't remember now.
Smallville retrospective type
I feel like we're
beat.
just rambling at this point.
I feel like we've been rambling the whole time.
Could do that just for like its own
Alright.
little thing.
Well,
It's time to wrap this up.
After
It's been great.
Superman
It has been.
sweep.
Honestly, for us just
Yeah.
rambling for an hour, this has been a pretty solid episode.
do.
We could do like first episode. We could do an
an
episode from the first 4 seasons, the next 4 seasons last.
We'll just rape everybody's ears. So listen.
That's right. Yeah, I don't need to hire you for that, do I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be fun.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Smallville would be fun, but I've heard it's not as fun to rewatch
Kane, or
as.
if you want to shout out his Instagram, it's Rogue Razor.
Right, but I feel like if we're just watching episode
Follow me on
by
Instagram, I'm Rogue
episode,
Razor.
we're just
Fuck off. Go back to the first one.
Josh and
Thank you. I've been working on it.
That's true. I've heard it's horrible to like
Well, what happens about
watch.
Kane?
Follow me on
The
Instagram.
Kane section.
yeah.
Well, Kane is waging war against Subway right now.
Oh, do you see Twitter?
Right.
Yeah.
What is it these days?
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, yeah.
All right, let's sign off. It's time.
30
Yeah,
more
it's time.
seconds.
Let's sign
I've
off.
got 6. No, I've got 6. Yeah. I've got 6.
Alright, yeah. I'll see you all in a bit, yeah?
Yeah,
See you in a bit.
but as always, I'll see you when we meet again right here. I'll see you in a bit. Yeah.
See you in a bit, yeah.
Oh man, that was
The
bad.
outro brought back just unbelievable memories. Let's real quick before we hop off. Let's watch a speed art at 2 times speed,
Oh, sure. Go
just to
ahead.
see.
Yeah. Let's get this live stream taken down.
Right. Maybe at 2 times speed it won't.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm gonna turn
A
it.
bunch of those sped up things.
I'm gonna turn it way down. Even though the song's a banger. I'm actually just gonna mute it because even though the song
Might
is
as
a banger.
well.
Yeah.
This is Scorsese's favorite.
Well,
actor.
and this is us trying to kind of capitalize. And I say us. This is me trying to kind of capitalize off of the niche internet micro celebrityness of
Celebrity.
Right, celebrity of making, Photoshop art.
Right.
I wanted to get everybody to do this, but I couldn't. So
we didn't want to. Yeah.
Nobody else wanted to do it.
Yeah.
I was just trying to kind of capitalize off of what we were already doing.
Right,
I wanted to
I
turn
get it.
the podcast into like a multi-hub of just everything. Mainly being the speed arts and like there's a video somewhere of me.
Oh no, I remember you wanted us all to like record a video of us like just talking about some random like whatever.
I wanted Josh to
Like,
do
we had
video
each of us-
games.
Yeah, we each had like a thing we were gonna talk about or something. And it was
Right.
dumb.
And it didn't happen. I
No,
was
we
trying
didn't
to
do that,
I was trying to blow up.
I
Could
get
you
it,
imagine
yeah,
if this
that's
had blown
awesome.
up, what we'd be today?
Crazy. Would have been crazy. Yeah.
Probably nothing.
Yeah, bad. Food
Niche
suck,
internet
and I
micro
hate us,
celebrity is
but
short-lived.
Truth. I guess I got my swagger back.
I guess I got my
Proof?
swagger bag.
New watch alert. Hublot.
This
What a big
isn't
face
good,
Jose
but
got
it's not
to
my
us.
worst piece ever.
Yeah, well, it's Martin Scorsese's favorite
Right.
actor to work with. Yeah, it's fine. It's just
I mean, it's
talking
whatever.
Joker.
Somebody said you should make the face move more. I was like,
Someone said
okay,
you should-
well, I was.
poop in my pants. Yeah, well,
So it's
that all
over.
sucked. That was insufferable.
Yeah, that was
Um,
bad, man.
Worse, more.
More
hated
billion, the
that.
worst more $1 billion I have ever spent.
Sure, okay. Worst half hour I've ever spent watching an hour-long podcast that I was on 7 years ago.
Dude, it's like, man, I remember that baked potato, dude.
What?
The baked potato I went to get in the middle of the episode. There was an episode where, for the whole episode, I think we just played Shadows of the Republic as Dash Rendar. And I think it was
Yeah,
that
there were a
episode.
couple, maybe. I feel like there were a couple where we were playing Source. I remember
Probably.
there was one during the hurricane. That hurricane.
No,
that
do you
year
remember me and you
where I
used
was
to
up,
just play Minecraft the whole time we were recording the
Yeah.
podcast? Yeah.
Yeah, we did that once, somewhat recently when we had Bobbin on. I remember.
Right.
That was fun.
But no, I mean, here's the thing. We had a lot of fun doing it back in the day. It of course wasn't good.
It was good time. It sucked because we were the worst.
It was a
But-
good time for us, but it's not a good time to look back on. So
No.
hope you guys enjoyed watching back to it
Thanks
with us.
for watching us suffer by watching
Right.
ourselves.
We'll see you next
And
week
check out
on
the
the
Patreon.
after party stream.
It's
Check out the
only
Patreon.
$1.
It's $1. It'll make you holler.
Watch you.
Right. Amen. See you later.